Hello, YouTube. Here is a video from Rumble, or audio from Rumble. Basically, I'm going to play talking about the alien distraction from the Epstein files. That's what it's distracting from, is the Epstein files. So, here we go.
Distraction for us, my friend. Yet another distraction for us, my friends. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. Apparently now they're talking about aliens. Yes, indeed. This is, of course, something that they're asking our president. We'll get into that. That actually is sort of the distraction, I would say, considering the timing. And we're going to go into actually a number of things. We got what Jay Dyer had to say about this. We'll get into that. We also have a ton of other stuff. That's just the beginning of this video. We're going to get into Les here, what he had to say. Rather curious. Wexner working for a certain family, kind of famous from the 1980s until recently. And, of course, what his lawyer said to him. And we're going to get into actually a ton of other stuff. You have Prince Andrew getting arrested.
This is old.
We'll get into what's going on.
This is kind of old news. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Let's start with this here.
The aliens are real.
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you.
I don't know if they're real or not, and he's smiling.
He gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. Well, he made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information.
Yeah.
No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it.
I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. I think there's a chance that there's aliens. Like, bro, we went from the Epstein files to the X files real quick. The president can declassify anything that he wants to. So if you want to make an announcement,
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
we know illegal aliens are real.
Yeah, okay, dude. So, of course, obviously they went from the Epstein files to the X files because they want you to stop talking about the first one. They want you to talk about X files now. They want you to talk about aliens and other strange things, right? So that's what they brought out in front of us. We have, of course, Iran says tall white space aliens control America. Okay, this is kind of weird. I think I heard about that. I think I've covered this before, actually. I remember talking about some. Was it Iran? Maybe it was a different country. I can't remember. I remember something weird like this, though. Yeah. So, documents leaked by whistleblower Edward Snowden conclusively prove the United States has been ruled by a race of tall space aliens. Okay. I don't know about you guys. I guess I don't really believe that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are space aliens, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're not exactly from another planet like they claim to be. Perhaps these are demons or fallen angels or something like that. And it would make sense that they would be trying to do stuff to our country, and not really hard to understand that. And you have here Alex saying over the weekend, Obama announced aliens are real. 4 days later, Trump says brace for disclosure. And of course, we even had Newsweek coming out, I think a day or two ago, and I mentioned it, saying that he's going to talk about it. Oh my God, it's so important. I mean, we all knew they existed forever. I mean, so what if they come out and say this?
This is just a distraction from the Epstein files. This is, I mean, as soon as it was starting to get to the good stuff, where it was going to talk about Trump, Elon, whatever other, the top 1% of America. Ooh, aliens, extraterrestrials, bam, 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 bam. That's all it talked about, which it could be real. I'm not disproving or saying that it's not, that they're not real, but it's the timing is critical. The timing was critical. Like, they did a switcheroo. They did an on-ramp, off-ramp kind of thing, is what I call it, is an off-ramp shoot. to distract you from the Epstein files, the Molochian death cults.
Already knew. I mean, they've been talking about it for at least a year or two in Congress and other things.
Yeah.
I would say that this is just another distraction from the actual important files right now, Epstein. So, of course, he has been promising for years that he would disclose about aliens and UFOs, though. So, I guess that's what he's doing. Will you confirm? Will the U.S. confirm that aliens exist before 2027? 21% chance. Looks like it's probably going to be the case, based on the tremendous interest shown.
Blue Beam, anyone? Project Blue Beam, anyone?
Used to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, and unidentified flying objects, and other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. I don't know if I would call that extremely interesting or important. That's so weird, hearing that coming out of my mouth, considering the fact that that used to be the big thing back, 30, 40 years ago. But now it's like, whatever, dude. We've already seen the aliens. We saw all the drones, and we don't care anymore.
We don't care.
That's what it is.
Not very much. We don't care very much.
As I said, we got here a little bit of what Jay has to say about this topic, which is kind of interesting. We'll get into that. And what's going on with the files, the other files, not the X files. We'll get into that as well. First of all, you might want to check out Food Supply, various options available. They have a massive plan here for 2009. And just go to mypatriotsupply.com. Then you'll see all the other stuff that they have available, which they have lots of other options. And that's so to make it very easy for you. You click on the link and then just go to the URL and just, people are getting arrested now, like Prince Andrew.
Yeah, people like Prince Andrew were getting arrested, but that's all. The alien files are kind of a distraction.
What's going on here with this alien disclosure and the other files, and the fact that people are getting arrested now, like Prince Andrew. I'm at the first one in 350 years of royalty getting arrested. I would say that's at least something. Although, and so there's been 4 people now. They always keep putting out 0 people have been arrested. Actually, it's been 4 at this point, but we want more than 4. Okay, I'll actually show you the list. A lot of people are like, 4? Really? 4 people? Yeah, actually, 4 people have been arrested, but we need 400 or maybe 4,000 to get arrested, not 4. Right? This is like token. Some people put in the comment section, this is just token criminal arrests, and it's just to appease us. No, we need the 400 or 4,000 arrested, not 4, right? At any rate, get this book as well, get the printed version, because you never know what they might do once they actually start getting arrested. Because what if Prince Andrew starts singing and saying, because he looks like the type that would do it.
Yep.
He looks like the type that would just rat out everybody. And guess who was one of his good friends that was working with Jeffrey? Billy Boy Gates. Yes,
Billy Boy Gates.
Billy Boy Gates. That would be kind of nice. Go check it out. Links are in the description. Check out also, I'm on X. We are growing over there, but we're still not that big. I mean, I've gotten hundreds of thousands of views on a few posts here and there. I got like 10,000 here and there, but we're still very small compared to a lot of the other guys that like if you look at my YouTube compared to X, right? You go look at YouTubers like me that are on X that have been there probably for many years. They're pretty big over there.
Yep.
And we're still much smaller than those dudes that are in my realm, I guess you would say. So we need to get more of you guys over there, because I'm guessing maybe only 1 or 2, probably 2% of you guys are over there at this point. If I can get like 10% of you guys over there, I think we can really kickstart it, get it really huge. Link is in the description for that as well. And all my other social media is linked below. Let's get back to the video. So we have here Jay talking about the whole UFO alien thing. Let's play a little bit of this. See what he has to say.
What the technocrats want. Now, isn't that odd? Why does the alien story and mythos, going back to its very origins of the MJ-12 and Roswell and the early alien promoters, how come it just happens to match up with what the technocrats want? Right? It just happens to match up with what the UN wants. So we got the aliens are telling us to populate. The aliens are telling us.
So he's basically talking about what the UN technocrats want, the Agenda 21 or Agenda 2030 bullcrap, which I'm highly opposed to. So, yeah, but it's going to It's going to be here eventually. We just need to ride out the storm, basically.
How they global.
Yeah, and of course, look at Jeffrey. His email's saying the same thing. It's kind of weird.
Well, government to have a de-armament, to have gun control. It just happens to match up with everything that the degenerate, wicked elite wants.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it makes sense, don't it?
Oh.
And of course, what Tuckmeister said was that this is a supra, not the car, supra government that is over the other governments and giving
a government above a government, basically. That's what he's talking about.
Directions. And we can see that with some of these emails. It seems at least that's very plausible. You have here Les Wexner, who at least partially financed Jeffrey. And you would think that this guy would have a lot of power, but then his lawyer says something bizarre to him. Some are just saying, hey, this is just a great lawyer. I'll show you a clip of Osmongold saying that. But I think it shows a little bit more than that. Because really, who's his boss, right? I think it's this family.
I used that lottery exploit, and I've already upgraded my entire gun collection twice over. I even had to be careful so I didn't get on.
Here, the Roth, of course, child
Ad.
which apparently he worked for since the 1980s. So, 10 years ago here on YouTube, we were talking about that family saying, hey, they're the ones behind a lot of stuff. And no, you're crazy. Oh, looks like we're not crazy at all. Actually, it's in the emails. Literally, they admit to it on video, in depositions.
I think it was his experience.
Lex Wexner and the Rothschilds, the men and women behind the slaughter. You know what I mean?
It's at an industrial level, like working for a big company like Bear Stearns, and then he had done personal work for the Rothschild family in France.
Personal wealth management, essentially.
Yeah, so they were able to find tax loopholes, and he goes on to talk about some other companies that might sound familiar, like Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
I don't know.
We've seen some reports that he would present himself as a bounty hunter, that he would find people's missing money. Do you recall him saying anything like that?
No. Well, specifically, I talked to Ellie de Rothschild, and so I mentioned that earlier. So he represented their whole family, so there have been a whole bunch of people. Most of them I never would have met, but I knew Ellie. I never met people, but there were people that called me that either insinuated or said they knew Jeffrey through a financial relationship.
Very interesting.
So, I mean, they could have been actors, but at the time, a guy calls me up. I'll give you an example. It's just because I wouldn't understand this. It's so confusing to me. He would say, like, I'm providing financial advice to the founders of Google. I'm providing financial advice to Jeff Bezos. I'm providing an
Pizzagate and Wayfair, Pizzagate, and Evergreen shipping looks very suspicious now. So all of these three companies, Ping Pong Pizza, aka Pizzagate, Wayfair, and also the Evergreen shipping looks very, very suspicious now that all this Epstein stuff is coming out.
Financial advice for the
just my opinion.
Right? So,
just my opinion.
as an example, is he saying that those people actually were real examples, or is he just giving a hypothetical? We're not sure, but clearly he dealt with money, and they called it laundering in many cases, but it looks like, because Peter Thiel mentioned on Joe Rogan as well that he was very good for tax advice. So what I'm actually thinking is going on here And it actually makes sense that technically it is sort of tax advice, because what it is these billionaires are trying to find a way to avoid paying all taxes. So they find all these weird loopholes where they can send their money to another country, reroute it back, and then somehow escape taxes. And probably some not so legal stuff that maybe some of them are doing as well. So maybe Jeffrey was very good at this.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's what Les is referring to here, because that kind of makes sense of why everyone said he was really good with taxes, right? If you're a billionaire and you're trying to find a way to avoid paying taxes, you might go sort of an alternate route, an alternate route with this guy named Jeffrey. So then you got this here. Lexner's attorney threatening him during the oversight. Now, some are just saying he's a good lawyer and he's just like, stop talking so much. You're saying too much, right? Others are saying like it was a little threat. You can listen to it and check it out and see what you think. Let's play this real quick.
Regularly done.
Lex Wexner's lawyer said, if you answer another question, I will effing kill you. That could either be to say, shut up, I know what's best for you, or that's a literal threat to Lex Wexner saying, if you answer another effing question, full word, I will effing kill you.
Answer the question. Okay. It was just regularly done.
You can hear me. Right, it says, I'll kill you if you answer with more than 5 words, right? So, I mean, some are saying it's just him being a good lawyer. This is what Osmongold says.
It was
God. Making his job hella hard. It is. No, absolutely. That's just fucking funny. They hot mic'd him on that. Literally what he says. It's so obvious, right? Oh my God. Holy shit, he actually said that. Yes.
regularly done.
Did he actually say it? Yes, listen again.
Answer another question. 5 words, okay.
Now, of course, Les laughs. Now, is that a nervous laugh, or is it just him laughing because, like, that's okay, I get the point kind of laugh? You could take it either way. You could take it as, like, him being threatened, or you could take it as him just, like, his lawyer being good. I don't know which way you want to take it, but it just depends on how you want to look at it, right?
Yeah.
I can see it either way.
Whatever he's getting paid, double it. Whatever.
Yeah, he's saying he's a good lawyer to do this. And, I mean, technically, maybe it is true, but I mean, we don't know. I mean, what if this lawyer is actually representing the Rothfuss child, and they're like literally saying, I mean, maybe not literally, but like you're going to be in deep shit if you keep talking. You know what I mean? Like, is this like the lawyer just being a good lawyer, or is this like someone he's representing saying, shut the hell up? I don't know which one it is. You could take it either way, right? You could take it either way.
So Les Wexner, so this is the guy who was named as one of the potential accomplices of Jeffrey Epstein, claimed that he was the financial advisor to L.E.D. Rothschild and the Rothschild family in France.
And then he had done personal work for the Rothschild family in France. He represented their whole family, so there had been a whole bunch of people.
Yep.
He would say, like,
since the 1980s. So, like, we were right, dude. Like, we were right about everything. Or not every single thing we were saying, but a hell of a lot more right than everyone else was. Oh, the mainstream. Oh, these are just conspiracy. No, they're not. They're actually true. Actually, it's true.
Conspiracy theory until it's not. Conspiracy theory until it's proven true, and it is not a conspiracy theory anymore.
100% true. Then we got, of course, Prince Andrew getting arrested. Now, it's not for what you would think. I'm going to play Coffee Zillion a little bit about that, but it's not for what you would think, though.
Oh, I heard they arrested him on his birthday.
Hi, George. Yes, extraordinary news out of the UK this morning. The former Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, has this morning been arrested on the Sandringham estate where he was living after having been removed, of course, from the home he was living.
Got too close to the sun, and now the royalty is just giving him up. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have someone as the fall guy. Here we go.
Yep.
In Windsor.
Now we got to get this guy talking about everybody else, right? Because like once you get a few of them,
yeah, exactly. So he's supposed to be. So this is what I'm saying, because me and my friend Sean, we did a live stream last night. You can go check it out on his channel, Dr. Thunder. But he was taking the sort of the position that, look, they're going to just have a couple fall guys and that's it, right? And it to appease the masses, which I don't think is going to appease anybody. Honestly, most people are going to be pissed if only like 4 people get arrested, right? Yeah, we're going to be extremely pissed. This isn't going to appease the masses. They're trying to appease the masses, but I think what I was saying is that this is like overloaded. There's so many people involved. It's like it's so complicated, it's so complex that there's no way for them to let this kind of go the way they want it to. What I mean by that is it's kind of like, I gave an example of a person that lies all the time. If you lie all the time, let's say you lie for 5 years and you said hundreds and hundreds of lies, it's going to be very hard for you to keep track of all the lies you said, and you're going to get caught
Exactly.
very easily, right? It's like it reaches sort of the point of no return where they've got so many people involved. Just a few people getting put away, I think, is going to make the whole dam break, right? Because they're going to start singing, they're going to start revealing who else is involved, and if they don't have every single place covered, every single thing corrupted everywhere, it's going to start leaking. The cracks are going to form, the dam is going to burst, and it's all going to happen. And I believe that's what's going to happen. I think God
TikTok Epstein files. TikTok alien files.
Crack, boom.
Watch what happens when you block
TikTok Epstein files. TikTok alien files. TikTok Pizzagate files. TikTok 9/11 files. John F. Kennedy files. Martin Luther King files.
Turkish hair transplant surgeons don't want you to know this. Every year,
and so on. Basically, and so on.
And a lot of people end up getting arrested.
Like, it's an hourglass.
Have a pressure valve release on this and somehow keep it for where they don't all get arrested. But if they don't do it right, they make a misstep, they're all going down, or at least a lot of them.
for these people, they're going to start rolling over on everybody else. And girl in the picture was murdered by a staged car crash. She wasn't suicidal, and they rolled it suicide. Well, that's convenient. I mean,
see, this is the problem. They don't understand the power of the internet. They still don't seem to fully understand it. They thought they understood it. They started trying to stop people from talking back 8 years ago. It didn't really work. It worked a little bit, but then it stopped working. Because now, look, everyone knows about this. It's not just a couple crazies on the internet. It's everybody knows about it at this point. Just random Joes down the road know about it now. It didn't work. And they have so many different layers of corruption, and there's so many different angles that they have to defend and cover that they're going to just fail. And a perfect example is my next video on my other channel. I'm going to talk about Kurt Cobain's death. Now
Kurt Cobain. I believe Kurt Cobain did not kill himself from the preliminary evidence. I believe he was murdered. Yeah, it's sad to see.
It looks like he may have been killed, murdered. And there's evidence pointing to him and other musicians trying to expose this stuff, saying things at concerts about them doing stuff, of course, to babies. We had Chris Cornell saying this. He had a rescue mission. He was doing documentaries trying to save children. Next thing you know, he's dead. Chester Bennington was helping him. Dead. Kurt Cobain. Apparently, we'll get into all that over my other video, but all of them seemingly that were trying to do stuff to make the world a better place. mysteriously dying. Okay, we'll get it. So that's just one more angle. There's like hundreds of these angles. Just imagine, it's like death by 1,000 cuts for these elites because there's 100 angles and they got to cover every single one. If they cover only 98 angles, there's those 2 angles they get through, cracks in the dam, boom, it all goes down. This is my point. So this, I think, is Kim Clement's prophecy. Many will fall in the fall. So I think maybe it's this year. I thought it was last year. Apparently it takes a while to get these cracks in the dam, right? I think this year might be the year when they all go down. We're already starting to see a couple of them. Prince Andrew, maybe he'll start singing like a sailor.
It's good, obviously for him that she's dead, right? So she can't say anything bad about him.
Exactly. It's just so weird how people coincidentally die like Jeffrey. Or is he really dead, right? That's another thing. So, 1988. I'd like to return as a deadly virus and dissolve overpopulation. Prince Philip. 2009. Gates and the royals meet to discuss global health. 2026. The files prove what happened back in 2020 was, of course, planned by Billy Boy, the computer guy, and of course Andrew.
I like that nickname.
Is arrested. Oh, that's kind of weird. It's so strange. I guess you're not supposed to connect the dots. There's nothing happening here, right? You got here CoffeeZilla talking about this, which he points out something interesting. Why didn't he get arrested for the real reasons that he should be arrested for? But he got arrested.
Andrew, and the suspicion of misconduct in public office. Now, if you're like me, you'd think that misconduct is related to women and the accusations that have been levied against the prince. But that is not the case. It's actually about the leaking of private information while serving as the UK's special representative for international trade and investment. This is because it was discovered that the Duke would sometimes forward information to Jeffrey Epstein that was obviously sensitive, like this, Helmand high-value commercial properties for foreign investment, or this, a trip report for Vietnam, Singapore, Hong Kong, Shenzhen. Obviously, the former Prince Andrew would have access to inside.
So think about this, right? So he's getting in trouble not for the women, but for giving out sensitive information that has to do with business, right? So I think this is like a clever tactic by the UK to make it look like someone's getting punished for something different than what he's getting punished for. They want you to think he's getting punished for the other things that were happening, but no, he's getting punished for this. And then also this makes it so he may sing a little bit, but is he going to sing? Is he going to sing about the other stuff? That's the question, right? That's the question. Will he? Maybe he would. Maybe he would. Or is he going to get a slap on the wrist? If he gets a slap on the wrist, then he doesn't have to sing. If he doesn't get a slap on the wrist, then he'll sing. Right? You see how they're doing this.
I call this, I know why the caged bird sings. That's what I would call it. That's what I would call it, is I know why the caged bird sings.
We're trying to get him on little things. That's a good question. What's going to happen with this? You can see, I think they're trying to do clever steps to try to, pacify all this, but it ain't going to work. They can try all they might. They might be successful in some respects, but eventually they're going to totally fail. And here's another example right here. Remember Joe Biden, our former president?
Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah. You remember how he wasn't seemingly fully all there, right? Well, they found him. This is so crazy. Joe Biden was spotted on a Amtrak in coach class next to a woman, and the woman claimed that he was picking up, quote unquote, we're talking babies. Like, what? He's picking up what? Now, of course, if he's not fully there, he might say some weird stuff like that. But it just seems so weird, the timing. Why would he say that? Considering the files, right? And the things that are in the files about that specific topic. He's on an Amtrak train? Why is he on an Amtrak train? What the hell's going on here? Did he get away somehow from his wife and everybody else and security detail? What's going on here? This is so weird. Or is this a security detail right here? These two guys, I don't know.
Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Joe Biden's an actor. The one we know is an actor.
Security detail here, these two guys? Probably.
The Joe Biden we know is probably an actor.
But I mean, just all the different things they have to rein in, all the different things that could get out here, there, over here, over there. You got to cover every single base, right?